Well, sticking with big tech and Austin, major companies like Oracle and Hewlett-Packard announcing that they are ditching Silicon Valley in favor of the Lone Star State. Let's bring in Steve Adler. He is the mayor of Austin. Mayor, great to see you. By the way, we mentioned Tesla. We've been talking about it all day today. Of course, Elon Musk mentioned that he's moving some of his operations out of California, including himself and his foundation. I believe his foundation is going to be located in your city now, right?
It's looking that way, and we're pleased to see that.
And what would you say the single biggest selling point of Texas, and in particular Austin, is?
You know, I think companies are coming here because the people that they want to have work for them want to live in this city. It's a beautiful city. People are warm and friendly. It's entrepreneurial and innovative. Pro-business. It's low tax. But most importantly, I think it has a really high tolerance for taking risks. It's okay to be different here, and I think that's what leads to innovation.
Well, it's okay to be different in California as long as you are politically correct, but there is more tolerance in Texas for all views, is there not?
I think that there is, and we struggle, as do cities all across the country, but there's a wide sense of views here, certainly in the state, and I think that's important.
Now, there's also a question of whether too many people may be moving into Austin these days. We remember that happening in North Carolina and Charlotte when it became a banking center in the South, and it got so big that it overwhelmed the freeways, it overwhelmed the transportation system. Are you having a little bit of that problem? It's not a bad problem to have these days, but is that a problem for you?
It is a problem. Two big challenges, both with mobility and traffic, and also with affordability. You know, as a community, the past November, we approved a measure citywide with nearly a 60% vote to really revolutionize how we do mobility in the city. Affordability, a big challenge. And we're doing everything we can to increase the supply of housing, affordable housing. But that is the associated challenge with being a popular city.
And then I have to deal with COVID because your city is going through a spike right now, a bad spike. In fact, I saw some hospitals are really overwhelmed where they have a more than a 100% increase in use of the ICUs. So how do you handle that?
It's hard, you know. We're appealing to the community to help. Here in Austin, we've seen almost a 60% increase in ICU COVID patients in the last 8 days. So we're asking people to help. We're asking people to do everything they can not to transmit the virus.
Is the vaccine getting around now? Are the emergency workers receiving the shots that they need?
The emergency workers are receiving the shots, the frontline workers in our hospitals. We then turn to nursing homes, the people and the workers, people most susceptible, in danger of dying if they get the virus. I hear the governor indicate that around the state there are a lot of places where the virus isn't getting used quickly enough. But here in Austin, if we have a virus, we're putting it in somebody's arm.
Good. Vaccine, that is, yeah. Let me just, the final question. Some people say that Texas may have a problem because people that move there in order to escape taxes might bring some of their mentality about taxes to the state, that eventually there'll be a call to start a state income tax, et cetera. What would you tell the doubters who say that?
Well, you know, I'm not looking that far into the future at all. We have a formula that's working here right now in Austin, but you know, affordability is our big issue associated with that, and we'll just work through the ups and downs of this. But right now, we're on a good trajectory.
Don't mess with what works. That's sound advice. Mayor, great to see you. Continued good fortune to you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Take care.